Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of our Warcraft 2 Beyond the Dark Portal series, Human Campaign. So this episode is going to be a little different. These levels are taking way longer to beat, but I still want you to be able to see my attempts and my frustration. Hence why I have the face cam up. I wanted you to see that frustration on my face as I started doing battle with the orcs. So, because of that, I've opted to do some video speed up, or quite a bit of video speed up, especially in my failure attempts. And then hopefully I can try to slow it down a bit when we get to our success attempt. Yeah, so bear with me as we progress through this, and let's go.
A great host of orcs have reconstructed the Dark Portal and now lay siege to the citadel of Nethergard. The Horde still maintain their hold over the great winged dragons of Azeroth. A faction of these creatures, seeming to have grown to crave the taste of battle, have become willing allies with the orcs under the leadership of a great black dragon known only as Deathwind. Danap has been asked to raise an army from New Stormwind to relieve the beleaguered forces at Nethergard and drive the Horde back towards the portal. You must lead the forces of Azeroth in an attempt to break the vanguard of the invading Horde, for unless their assault is stopped, they will gain dominion over the Black Morass.
Alright, destroy everybody and save Daneth. Let's do this.
Alright, so basically I started with mouse troubles immediately, couldn't get it to stay in the application, and I think I hit my hotkey that maxed out my mouse speed. But eventually I got that resolved, and we discovered that gold mine, right? So I was like, okay, let's start building there. I was too slow. Ogres came down to attack those archers and destroyed my ballista. I saved a few of the archers. That was about it. Probably a bad omen to start this level, but who can say, who could say. So we pretty much spent the entirety of this level trying to build up our base. Taking way too long to build up our base, as you'll see in the end. Waited way too long to build a barracks. I thought guard towers would help way more than they did. Yeah, you name it, and I probably messed it up. That being said, we did learn a few things, right? We learned that yellow is super annoying with dragons, and that I don't have a path over to them unless I go through black, or I guess all the way around the map. Not ideal. I suppose I could have tried to get griffins made if I wanted to take that route, but me being too slow, that just wasn't really an option. Black has Death Knights that get stuck between buildings and walls, so that was fun to see for sure. They are really annoying as well. They will pester your buildings. They pestered my guard towers and kept destroying them later on in the video, or later on in this attempt. And then red just does red things. So yeah, I got one barracks now at this point. Pretty much just trying to build up and defending. Got my keep coming. There is a point where I'm like, all right, maybe we should start building a few more barracks. Try to get 3, because I've been checking out them Stu videos, right? Try to get 4 barracks down, and you're just mass producing troops. So that's what I wanted to do. I also recognized that we had about 70,000 gold in that mine, and I thought, dude, that is plenty of gold. That is way more than enough, right? Wrong. It is not nearly enough. I needed to secure a second gold mine very, very fast. That was, I think, ultimately my downfall, is I did not secure a second gold mine fast enough. So we got our castle, we got our knights. I'm trying to get paladins so I can heal up and stuff. I want to make sure Daneth can stay healed before progressing upwards. Again, part of me taking too long. We are actually almost at the end of this attempt already, which is crazy because it took so long for me to record in the first place. So let's just hang tight for a minute, because there's really not much going on outside of trying to produce these troops. Ballista battle going on. Stupid dragons. Now, I've got a decent amount of knights right now, right? And I'm remembering hotkeys to say, okay, let's move them up. So right here, this was really dumb on my part. I tried to take those towers out with knights. I think maybe I felt a little rushed with getting pestered from yellow and black. But I realistically should have had a ballista go up and taken those things out slowly, which we did end up doing later on. So at this point, I had collapsed that gold mine, and I have 18k. We still haven't even taken red, right? Like, this clearly not looking well. I'm annoyed at that point of getting pestered, so I'm like, all right, let's take out some of these towers over here. That wasn't easy. I'm trying to slow roll red at this point up top because I've already expended so many knights, and I'm feeling very, very thin at this point, you know. But we're doing it, right? We end up taking out red here, still slowly. Once we do take out red, we are gonna claim that gold mine. I think it only has about 8 grand in it though. Just not enough. It's not enough. By the time I get down to black, I'm pretty limited on troops and I'm limited on gold. I'm not able to build troops fast enough. I don't have the resources to build them. And ultimately, we have to end this attempt in defeat. It looks like we're coming up on that attack now. Try to heal up a little bit. My guard towers are all but destroyed at this point. The dragons, I have that army there for the Death Knights, but it was just too late. So I'm trying to get some archers down to protect against the dragons now. There's yellow ogres coming over, and I'm like, okay, I have to defend my peasants or my peons. So much. We are getting ready to attack here. I know there's a Death Knight in the wall, as I mentioned. Let's try to take out black, right? Too many towers, too many catapults, too much, and I was not coordinated enough. I'm whittled down to almost nothing at this point. I've got some archers. I'm trying to make paladins the last of what I can. I have no more gold. I recognize my position here, and ultimately, I forfeit the match. I forfeit the level in a second here. Was not happy at this point. Started looking up other Warcraft videos and everything, which this ultimately ends up queuing attempt number 2. All right, queue up attempt number 2. As you can see, I'm freaking out a little bit. I'm like, oh my god, what the heck? All right, let's just push red fast, hit them hard, hit them fast, get in there, get that gold mine first. It didn't work out. Queue. So yeah, we move on to attempt number 3. My plan for this one is to hit red, but not as hard, while trying to simultaneously build up faster. So with the troops that we start off with, I'm going to try to whittle down red, at least their little outpost here with these 2 towers, right? I want to take out the 2 towers. I do lose way more troops than I wanted to. I end up going up here, and I'm just kind of back and forth with red for a while, fiddling with them, trying to lure certain troops down. I think it helps a little bit. I think it helps slow them down from expanding faster because they're trying to build more troops to counteract me just, you know, hitting them and running away, hitting them and running away. I can only do this for so long though. Ganeth gets really low on HP. I end up not really using him for the rest of the level, even once I acquire healing. I'm just too worried about him getting killed essentially, and so I ignore that. So we already have 1 barracks down. My plan was, okay, let's get farms, let's get barracks. Let's not even worry about towers yet. The other thing I was thinking here, good viewer Red Wings, if you haven't, check out his videos. He has a video of can I beat Warcraft 2 with only footmen? And I thought to myself, what would Red Wings do? And footmen are cheap, and they can swarm and overwhelm an enemy. So I am trying to build up a massive army of footmen right now, which is insane to me. And when I watched that video, I thought it was insane. If you have mass quantities of footmen, they can do some real damage, you know? And because they're so cheap, and they train so fast, you could really overwhelm people compared to knights that take a little bit longer and are much more resource intensive. I send I think two squadrons of knights, or footmen up there, and I started building my towers down here. Already starting to get hit by dragons, wasn't prepared. Death Knight came over. That Death Knight actually ran over, which was very odd to me because they did not do that in the first attempt. Regardless, we all but have our second gold mine secured. I'm cleaning out some stuff, getting that second town hall made much faster than our first attempt. Already going better. I'm already feeling, I think, a little bit more relaxed and relieved in this attempt. But now at this point, we're not slow rolling it, right? We're still trying to keep up that momentum and keep building up our armies. I'm trying to keep producing troops as well while I'm upgrading things. I don't know if I ever make a castle in this level, I'll be honest. I know I made the keep because I wanted to get knights. I do end up using a lot of knights later on to take out black and ultimately yellow, which yellow was very surprising to me. They did not have a lot going on for them, which is interesting, but you just can't get to yellow, right? Even black doesn't actually have as much, or they didn't seemingly have as much this attempt, and maybe it's because I went faster. I also believe I found another gold mine up to the far northeast. By that point, I had already secured so many resources, so many troops, and was already trying to destroy black and yellow that it didn't really matter. But yeah, okay, so I do go to a castle right there. We're still making our farms. I don't know if I switched to knights yet. Oh, you know what I did? I thought I started building a stable, and I never did. And it took me, let's just say it took me an awkward amount of time to recognize that I did not start building a stable. So I do build a stable eventually, and I guess I did already at this point. But yeah, it took me way too long to recognize that I didn't. We definitely are trying to get our paladins. I like to have that healing ability, especially with Daneth. These dragons, I'm not even worried about anymore. I'm getting some ballistas too. I think as I was running these attacks, I had 5 or 6 hotkeys set for all of our squadrons. And they were, I'm gonna be honest, they were very, very hard to control. I couldn't remember what I had on which hotkeys, where our ballistas were. Some were overlapped between squadrons. It was a whole thing. Alright, so we just moved into black with all of our knights. I think we're only controlling 1 or 2 squadrons. I tried to move people down from the north as I was moving people in from the west. Kind of an attack on 2 fronts there. I think it works out a little bit because there is a barracks right there up north. So our northern troops were able to occupy those guys. They couldn't really send in reinforcements as we were attacking from the west. This base is already all but defeated. I mean, that we had troops this time, right? We were able to build up an army, a more powerful army to take on black that we did not have the first time around. So now we're looking, okay, let's heal up as much as we can. We're gonna move all of our knights, or sorry, all of our paladins. They're holy now. All of our paladins down. I've got plentiful resources. I'm not really worried about anything at this point. I say, let's just go finish this baby. We got it. And that's exactly what we do. So yeah, yellow only has a town hall, or sorry, yeah, town hall still. Oh no, sorry, they do have a fortress. I said the exact same thing when I was playing it. She's like, oh, you only have a great hall? They had a fortress. They were trying to secure that second gold mine, which they did, but didn't really help them out. I think yellow might have become more of a problem if I let them go longer, but I didn't. So with that in mind, we're just cleaning up here, looking for some last troops. But yeah, this one took a while, but we did successfully complete it. So I will do my little outro here. I'll say, make sure you like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I am gonna keep working to make better videos for you guys, but as always, I appreciate you all, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Peace.